George Foreman was born on January 10, 1949, in Marshall, Texas. He grew up in Houston's Fifth Ward neighborhood alongside 6 siblings. Though raised by J.D. Foreman, his mother's husband, his biological father was Leroy Moorehead. As a teenager, Foreman struggled with delinquency, dropping out of school at 15 and engaging in petty crimes. However, at 16, he sought a fresh start, convincing his mother to enroll him in the Job Corps after seeing an advertisement on television. Through this program, he earned his GED and trained as a carpenter and bricklayer. Eventually, he moved to Pleasanton, California, where a supervisor introduced him to boxing. Although he had initially admired football star Jim Brown, Foreman soon realized that boxing was his true calling. Foreman's amateur career took off quickly. He won his first sanctioned fight in 1967 with a first-round knockout at the Parks Diamond Belt Tournament. Over the next year, he claimed titles at prestigious events like the Golden Gloves and National Boxing Championships. By 1968, he secured a spot on the U.S. Olympic boxing team, competing in the heavyweight division. At the Mexico City Olympics, Foreman dominated his opponents, ultimately winning the gold medal by defeating Jonas Čepulis of the Soviet Union in the final. He later described this Olympic triumph as the proudest achievement of his boxing career, even more significant than his future world titles. Turning professional in 1969, Foreman wasted no time establishing his dominance in the ring. He won all 13 of his fights that year, 11 by knockout. Over the next few years, he continued his ascent, securing victories over respected contenders like Gregorio Peralta and George Čepulis. By 1972, his undefeated record positioned him as the top challenger for the world heavyweight title. In 1973, Foreman faced the reigning champion, Joe Frazier, in a highly anticipated bout known as the Sunshine Showdown. Despite being an underdog, Foreman stunned the boxing world by knocking Frazier down 6 times within 2 rounds to claim the heavyweight championship. He successfully defended his title against Jose Roman and Ken Norton before facing Muhammad Ali in the legendary Rumble in the Jungle in 1974. In a shocking upset, Ali employed his famous rope-a-dope strategy, tiring Foreman before knocking him out in the 8th round. Following this loss, Foreman attempted a comeback but struggled to regain his former dominance. After a defeat to Jimmy Young in 1977, he retired from boxing, later pursuing a successful career in business and television. By 1989, George Foreman had successfully rebranded himself, not just as a boxer but as a public figure. He capitalized on his name and image by endorsing various products, most notably the George Foreman Grill. This marketing move, combined with his newfound affable personality, transformed him from an intimidating fighter to a beloved, self-deprecating television presence, even appearing on The Tonight Show. His reputation improved significantly, and he forged a friendship with Muhammad Ali, following in his footsteps by becoming a celebrity beyond the sport of boxing. During this period, he continued his winning streak, securing 5 more victories, including a notable 3-round triumph over Bert Cooper, who later fought Evander Holyfield for the heavyweight title. In 1990, Foreman faced Jerry Cooney in Atlantic City. Though Cooney had been inactive for some time, he was still known for his formidable punching power. The match started with Cooney momentarily staggering Foreman, but by the 2nd round, Foreman retaliated with powerful blows, knocking Cooney down twice and securing a knockout victory. That year, Foreman went on to win 4 more fights, proving his resilience in the ring. The following year, he challenged undisputed heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield for the world title in a highly anticipated pay-per-view event. Many doubted the 42-year-old Foreman's chances, but he surprised spectators by enduring all 12 rounds despite Holyfield's superior agility and technique. Although he lost by decision, he won respect for his perseverance, with the fight's 7th round being regarded as one of boxing's most remarkable moments. A year later, Foreman fought Alex Stewart. After knocking Stewart down twice in the 2nd round, he found himself exhausted, allowing Stewart to regain control. By the fight's conclusion, Foreman was bloodied but won via a majority decision. In 1993, he fought Tommy Morrison for the vacant WBO title. Morrison employed a cautious strategy, outboxing Foreman from a distance and ultimately winning by unanimous decision. Foreman's most historic moment came in 1994 when he faced Michael Moorer for the heavyweight title. Despite trailing on all scorecards, Foreman landed a decisive punch in the 10th round, knocking out Moorer and reclaiming the championship. This victory made him the oldest heavyweight champion at 45, breaking multiple records. Though he defended his title against Axel Schultz in 1995, controversy arose over the decision, and he was eventually stripped of his titles. Foreman continued boxing until 1997, retiring at 48. Outside the ring, he found success as a businessman, TV personality, and pastor, leaving an enduring legacy in both sports and public life. George Foreman, the legendary boxer and entrepreneur, passed away on March 21, 2025, in a hospital in Houston at the age of 76. Beyond his illustrious boxing career, Foreman became widely known for his association with the George Foreman Grill, a product that revolutionized household cooking. When he returned from retirement, Foreman credited his remarkable success to a healthier lifestyle and improved eating habits. Recognizing the influence he wielded, Sultan Incorporated, a company specializing in kitchen appliances, approached him with an offer to become the face of their fat-reducing grill. The collaboration proved to be a monumental success. By 2009, the George Foreman Grill had exceeded 100 million units in sales worldwide. Foreman was married to Mary Joan Martelli from 1985 until his death. He had 4 previous marriages, to Adrienne Calhoun from 1971 to 1974, Cynthia Lewis from 1977 to 1979, Sharon Goodson from 1981 to 1982, and Andrea Skeet from 1982 to 1985. Foreman had 12 children, 5 sons and 7 daughters. His 5 sons are George Jr., George III, Monk, George IV, Big Wheel, George V, Red, and George VI, Little Joey. On his website, Foreman explains, "I named all my sons George Edward Foreman so they would always have something in common. I say to them, if one of us goes up, then we all go up together, and if one goes down, we all go down together." As with his father, George III has pursued a career in boxing and entrepreneurship. George IV appeared on the 2nd season of the reality television series American Grit, where he placed 7th. His 7 daughters are Natalia, Leola, Frida, Michi, Georgetta, Isabella, and Courtney. Natalia and Leola are from his marriage to Mary Joan Martelli. His daughters from separate relationships were Frida, Michi, and Georgetta. He adopted a daughter, Isabella Brandy Lelia, in 2009 and another, Courtney Isaac, in 2012. Frida had a 5-1 record as a pro boxer, retired in 2001, and died in 2019 at age 42 in an apparent suicide. Isabella Foreman lives in Sweden, where she has blogged since 2010 under the name of Bella Nutella. While Foreman never disclosed the exact amount he earned from this endorsement, it is known that Sultan Incorporated paid him a staggering $138 million in 1999 just for the rights to use his name. Prior to that, he was receiving approximately 40% of the profits from each unit sold, which, at its peak, amounted to an astounding $4.5 million per month. By 2011, estimates suggested that he had accumulated over $200 million solely from the endorsement deal, significantly more than he earned throughout his boxing career. As a professional boxer, Foreman had an impressive record, boasting 76 wins out of 81 fights, with 68 of those victories achieved through knockouts. He faced and conquered some of the most formidable opponents in boxing history, securing world heavyweight titles on multiple occasions. Despite a few notable losses, including one to Muhammad Ali in the iconic Rumble in the Jungle, his legacy as both an athlete and an entrepreneur remains unparalleled. In conclusion, Foreman had an estimated net worth $300 million during the time of his demise. He accumulated this sum of money from his career and business ventures. With that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for videos like this.